My name is Allison Tripp, and I'm from Hills Pet Nutrition. We are proud to sponsor this year's event. Hills believes in a second chance for love for every animal. And so tonight, you're going to hear some amazing stories about some amazing animals who came through the door of Cleveland Animal Protective League. Hills Pet Nutrition is proud to partner with Cleveland Animal Protective League and donors like you who support them. I hope you have a wonderful evening and enjoy the Furball 2020 boots and bow ties.
Dear Cleveland APL.
Dear Cleveland APL.
Dear Cleveland APL.
Since my adoption, I've been keeping busy.
There are so many toys here.
And fun kids to play with.
My family gives me so much love and the best belly rubs.
My roommate and I have been getting along pleasantly. Yes, that is very much appreciated, Human.
We take nice long walks with my ball. And I'm learning new tricks. Boop.
There's new stuff to explore every day.
I've still got a lot to learn. Oops. Ow. Sorry about that.
What the? Is anyone else seeing this?
But I'm having a ton of fun.
Don't worry, Human. I will detain this mysterious object.
This is the life I've been wishing for.
Forever grateful, Squeak.
Yours truly, Margot.
Sincerely, Milo.
Warmest wags, Ginger.
Affectionately, Jockey.
Love, Stella. Squealing with joy, Sparkles.
Thank you for this dream come true.
Howdy, y'all. Welcome to the virtual, yes, Boots and Bow Ties Furball 2020. I'm Monica Robbins. I'm from Channel 3, and I'm so happy to be with you today. What a huge day, isn't it? I know there's an important event happening tonight, but don't worry, we're going to be done in time that will give you the time to make sure you see it, because it's the Rock Hall induction. It's on HBO tonight, right? And I think there's some politician giving a speech or something at 8 o'clock tonight, too. Last year, I was recovering from brain surgery and I wasn't able to make this event. And I got to tell you guys how much I missed all of you. Who knew a pandemic would happen and all of us are having to stay home and have this, but I'm so glad we're all together. And thank you so much for joining us virtually, because what's important tonight is supporting the critical work of the APL Second Chance program. But thanks to my homegirl, Natalie Herbick of Fox 8 News, you know, we're both from Pittsburgh, so she is my homegirl. So I'm so grateful she was able to hold down the fort for me last year. She is, of course, a dedicated supporter of the APL. She did a fantastic job, and she would have loved to be here in person, but she's here virtually too.
Natalie Herbick here from Fox 8. I do hope that everyone is enjoying this year's virtual Furball. It was an honor for me to host last year's event for our friend Monica Robbins. Let me just say, it is so good to have her back. How I wish, though, that we could all be in the same room together and enjoying some great food and company. But I do know one thing that won't change, and that is your unwavering support for our Fourfoots. I say that with such conviction because you've already proven me right during our station's 6th annual Dick Goddard APL Telethon in September. Despite the hardships that so many have faced during these uncertain times, the community of Northeast Ohio came up big, and I mean big, donating $175,000 to this incredible organization. This year brought such added meaning with the passing of our friend, Mr. Goddard. I know that Dick would have had tears in his eyes as he thanked you all from the bottom of his heart, both during our telethon and tonight. I really know that I'm speaking to a group of people who already understand the importance of these donations. So I'm not here to beg you for money. I witnessed your kind hearts in action last year. I know that you'll do what you can. I'm just here to thank you again for helping to change lives and save lives, and to remind you that you are continuing to shine a light on the legacy of a man who made it his mission to help those who needed protection and deserved a second chance. While Mr. Goddard will be missed, he's with us tonight. To the incredible staff of the APL, your love and devotion to these animals is so inspiring. I believe that your passion is contagious and has opened eyes to the amazing work that you're doing to rehabilitate and relocate these animals into forever homes. So with that said, let's keep the good times rolling. I thank each and every one of you again for joining us and protecting these abandoned, stray, and sometimes abused precious angels. Your donations will stop their suffering. So thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thanks so much, Natalie. The money you help raise for us tonight will benefit a very special part of the APL's crucial work, the Second Chance program. This life-saving initiative allowed the APL to care for sick and injured animals who previously had no hope because there wasn't enough funding for the extra care that they needed. But thanks to amazing and generous folks like you, the Second Chance program provides essential and extensive veterinary care to animals with special or greater needs. And tonight, you're going to hear the stories of just a few of the thousands of animals your donations have helped through the Second Chance program, even in the middle of a pandemic. So even though we are virtual this year, I can't begin to tell you how much goes into making a fur ball possible and impactful, especially on this particular platform. So the APL staff members who did the planning, the volunteers who helped secure the auction items, and the APL's wonderful board of directors deserve huge kudos for making Furball happen despite all of the challenges. And I know you're going to join with me in giving a virtual thank you to all the wonderful people who worked so hard to bring us together tonight and celebrate the Cleveland APL's work, the animals we love, and of course, raise some money so we can do even more. So cheers to all of them. And a friendly reminder, you need to be virtually present to win the holiday cheer raffle, which will be drawn at the end of tonight's program. Now, I would like to share with you the story of three very special animals who were helped through the APL Second Chance program. Their resilience and spirit, despite their significant medical challenges, are nothing short but inspiring.
10-year-olds Cookie, Bobby, and Tinky, and 6-year-old Ellie were in desperate need of help when they came to the Cleveland APL. They had nowhere else to go when their owner became homeless. These 4 older Shih Tzu mixes arrived with all sorts of medical needs. Lucky for them, our team was ready and able to help them and got right to work treating this lovable foursome. Our veterinary team started by addressing their severe dental disease by performing medically necessary dental procedures on all 4 of them. Then we got to work on everything else, treating Cookie's whipworm, helping Ellie with her minor heart murmur and cutting her severely overgrown nails, and giving Bobby medically necessary grooming to relieve her pain from severe matting, which also caused this little one to smell, well, just awful. On top of that, Bobby was suffering from cataracts and a heart murmur just like Ellie. But a chest x-ray and blood test for muscle function showed everything was normal for this sweet dog. Out of the 4 of them, Tinky had the most to deal with: cataracts, dental disease, and a large stone that filled her entire bladder. Both the dental disease and the stone were painful conditions she had likely been living with for a while. An x-ray showed that the stone was about 3 inches long and 1 inch wide, which is huge by any standard, but Tinky was a little 7-pound dog. Luckily for her, Tinky was exactly where she needed to be. Her life was about to get much better. Our team knew that these sweet older dogs all deserved a second chance, and that's exactly what they got. 4 much-needed groomings, 4 dental procedures, 4 blood tests, 3 x-rays for heart murmurs, the removal of 1 very large bladder stone, and 3 foster homes later, all 4 were feeling much better and ready to fall in love with their new families.
The 4 littles all came in when we were full-on pandemic mode, and it was a privilege and it was an honor to be there, to be able to continue to care for these animals and to be surrounded by a staff and an organization that was all for continuing to provide the care that these animals need in our community. It was an amazing time, and the care never stopped.
Ellie found her forever home with her foster mom, while Tinky returned to the APL to find a loving home to call her own. Cookie and Bobby have been enjoying their time in their foster home with their young, lively foster brother until they are ready for adoption. These 4 dogs went from being homeless with many health issues to finding wonderful second chances at the APL. Now, because of your support of the Second Chance program, Cookie, Bobby, Tinky, and Ellie can enjoy the rest of their lives with their new loving families.
Oh, these sweet dogs came to the APL during the pandemic, and the APL, of course, was here to help them and provide for their needs. And COVID has certainly presented a lot of challenges, but it has also created some learning opportunities as well for the amazing people who work at the APL. They're a team that always wants to do more and do it better than before. So let's hear from Sharon Harvey, the president and CEO of the APL, about how the APL has responded to these challenging times and what they plan to do in the future.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to our first virtual furball ever. Just when we thought we couldn't learn any new tricks, here we are with you tonight, pulling off our wonderful big event, pretty much in all of your living rooms. So we are very grateful you're here with us this evening. I just want to take a minute to acknowledge and deeply thank our incredible Cleveland APL team, our board of directors, our staff members, and our volunteers who always give their all to this organization and to fulfilling our mission. But right when things felt like they couldn't get any harder, they sure did, and this team never stopped. In March, the world as we knew it changed. It changed for everyone, and certainly it changed for the Cleveland APL and the animals and the people that we serve. Our first priority was to make sure that the governor and the state of Ohio understood the critical nature of our services. Thankfully, we were successful. The APL and other shelters and humane societies were deemed essential businesses. We were able to keep our doors open, but we had to make some very dramatic changes. We had to suspend other services that were not considered critical by the state. Our foster families, both existing and new, stepped up in a way that we could not imagine, and we got all but a few dozen animals out of the shelter in less than a week. That left us able, for both our Humane Investigations team and our intake team, to really focus on the animals that truly had the most critical need. One of the big lessons we learned was about the critical care gap that exists in Cleveland neighborhoods for low-income pet owners who are looking for access to veterinary care. We knew there was a need, and that need is why we are renovating our facility, but we never could have envisioned how great the need was. So, unlike many of our other programs that either had to be suspended or limited, Project Care grew. Thanks to GreaterGood.org and tonight's diamond sponsor, Hill's Pet Nutrition, who made massive donations of pet food and pet supplies to us, we were also able to expand our pet pantry program and reach more families that were just trying to figure out how to feed their pets during this time. So, fast forward, and here we are today, all kind of gathered together, and Things are not back to normal, and quite honestly, I'm not sure that I think things ever will go back to normal. Our adoptions are happening again, but our team has transitioned to using mostly virtual methods and doing as much at curbside as possible to make sure we're keeping everybody safe. We continue to rely heavily on our volunteer foster families, and that's one of the things that is going to continue. Not only is it so much better for animals to be out in loving homes with foster families as they're recovering or growing up, or for whatever reason we've had to place them, but it allows us to better use the resources here at the Cleveland APL for the animals who really need to come into our shelter. Our Humane Investigations team recently brought us 188 animals from an awful situation, a situation that we will be working with prosecutors to file charges and prosecute. While there were a few dogs, the remaining animals were dozens of chickens and other poultry and fowl, including some pheasants and a lot of small mammals. And on top of that, there were 2 prairie dogs. And yes, you heard me right. We actually had 2 prairie dogs here at the APL that I'm very happy to say we did not have to try to figure out how to adopt. They are now happily relocated to a sanctuary where they will live out their days. As many of you know, we've been doing a capital campaign, our Unleash the Dream capital campaign for the Cleveland APL and its animals. It's a $13.5 million project, and we have raised just over $10 million towards that goal. By the time we're finished with the entire 5-phase project at the end of 2021, the Cleveland APL will not just be a shelter anymore. We will be an animal resource center for the community. We will be a place where animals can come to if they really need to come in and find a new home, but a place where the people who love their pets can come and work with us to see how we can keep those families together. We will be able to better respond to emergency situations like the intake of 188 animals, including a couple of prairie dogs, and other natural disasters. We're following the Fear-Free initiative and designing our spaces to make the Cleveland APL the best possible environment for the animals that have to come into us. We're also working on all of our public spaces so that we're providing our clients with that same respect and compassion. Thanks to everybody who's been a part of this capital campaign and contributed to it. You are making that possible. Because of the incredible dedication of our team and because of your generosity and your compassion, the future is so bright for the animals of the Cleveland APL and the animals in our community that we're going to be able to do so much more for as we move forward. Thank you for all you've done for us in the past, and thank you for what I know you will do for us in the future. Thank you for being here tonight and being a part of this wonderful Yeehaw program. On behalf of every single animal you have helped us to save, I thank you from the bottom of my heart. Have a wonderful rest of the evening.
Thank you, Sharon. You know, despite everything, it is an exciting time at the APL, and the APL's mission now is more meaningful than ever. Now, let me bring you the story of a very sweet cat whose life was changed because of the Second Chance program.
Oliver was 3 years old when his owner could no longer afford to care for him and surrendered him to the Cleveland APL. It was obvious to our veterinary team that this adorable, friendly cat was in a lot of pain because he had entropion in both eyes. Entropion is a very uncomfortable condition where the eyelids are turned inward and the lids and eyelashes rub against the surface of the eyes. Oliver had been living with this condition his entire life. He certainly had not been able to see for a very long time, if ever. Our medical director said this was the worst case of entropion she had ever seen, and she has seen a lot. But despite living in darkness with this painful condition, Oliver was a loving cat whose spirit was strong.
I got in that morning, and before I did anything else, I went to where he was kenneled, and I still remember his kennel, where he was, and I opened his kennel. And anyone that's ever opened a kennel, it makes kind of a metallic noise. So it's kind of scary for a cat, especially a cat that's first arrived. And even with that noise, he couldn't see me, he couldn't see his surroundings, but he still sat there patiently and trusting. And I reached in to pet him, and again, not knowing what to expect, and he leaned right into my hand, and he had me at that moment.
Oliver was taken right to surgery, where he underwent a procedure to correct the entropion by removing a bit of his eyelids. Later that day, as Oliver came out of anesthesia, he opened his beautiful green eyes and had vision, probably for the first time in his life. He followed team members as they talked to him gently by his cage and stuck his paw out to get them to stop and give him attention. Oliver went to the home of a loving foster care volunteer to finish healing and adjust to having vision. And wasn't he lucky, because that foster volunteer just happened to be Dr. Lash, who also became his adopter.
I ended up taking Ollie home to foster him, and he became a permanent part of the family because I couldn't let him go back. He is just such a cool guy. He goes by Ollie now, and everyone loves Ollie. He is a perfect cat. He doesn't get up on stuff. He's playful, he's cuddly. The Second Chance program made Ollie's treatment and care possible. He came to us, and we had what we needed. We had the surgical supplies and the surgical equipment and the pain medication and the staffing and everything that he needed. And he had the sparkle and the will, so we were able to get straight to work on him.
In his new home, Ollie is the big brother to 2 kittens. He plays with them and is very attentive. If he hears one cry from a different room, he runs to investigate. With both of his beautiful green eyes taking in the wonderful new world around him.
Ollie, he's usually on every Zoom call. This is like the first one he hasn't crashed. Ollie, you have to show how cute you are. Look at that cute boy. Yeah, that's Ollie. Usually he walks across all of the Zoom calls.
So without a second chance, Oliver wouldn't even be able to see, let alone become a normal, playful cat. And I know every one of you got goosebumps watching that story, as how his life changed. And believe me, there are more second chances to show you in just a bit. Now, the APL is fully committed to helping animals who arrive with needs, but to help them, we need your help. So as we begin our live auction, and it's going to be really exciting, everybody, please remember that the proceeds from tonight's event will directly support the Second Chance program and help animals like Oliver, Bobby, Cookie, Ellie, and Tinky. And before I get to Carolyn, I want to mention to you, keep in mind, because of this pandemic, a lot of charitable organizations have had their budgets crushed. So believe me when I tell you, I hope you've been drinking all day, because we need you to help us more than ever. So please welcome Carolyn Eisenhart. We're ready to start that live auction. And Carolyn, I know you're going to start taking us to Key West. I can't even begin to imagine what Key West is like on a day like today.
Oh, well, Key West, thank you so much. Key West must be bouncing right now and exploding. It's it's so beautiful weather this weekend, and I'm so happy to be here with my mask off so we can enjoy this night together, even though it's just virtually. But let's get started with our Key West vacation house. Now, we have offered this trip in the past, and everyone loves it. Every year, people rave about what a lovely time they had. So this is one of our favorite items, and we want to thank Mike and Jeff for donating once again this year. They're such great partners with the APL. You can enjoy 6 days with 5 of your family members or friends in beautiful, sunny, sandy Key West, Florida. The house is located in the Casa Marina area of Old Town. You can choose to sleep in the bedroom that Hemingway used to finish Farewell to Arms, and then shower outside under the bougainvillea and palm trees while enjoying the sun. Can we just imagine how beautiful that would be? Just a short walk to the galleries on Duval Street and the southernmost point of the continental United States, and 4 blocks to Higgs Beach, where the West Martello Tower is located. Anyway, so this is a $4,500 value, and we always have lots of great bids. So we'll start at $2,500, but I see that we have $2,500 already. So thank you for that first bid, $2,800. Hey, Monica, have you ever been to Key West?
Yeah, actually, I was told I was in Key West twice, but I don't remember very well. And believe me, it was because I had a really, really, really good time. But yeah, I would love to go back to Key West. And that right now, I can just imagine Key West is a hopping place. And especially, folks, winter is coming to, do the Game of Thrones thing. And how awesome would it be to go rent a house or just, bid on a house that you can stay in that Hemingway was in? Come on, that's awesome. Look where the bids are now.
We've got $3,000, and we have another bid in of $3,200. So let's just keep that going. Let's go 34, 35, whatever you want to type in there. Let's get some more bids in. One of the fun things about Key West are the Hemingway cats. And we used to have one that wandered around our neighborhood. We called him Hobbs. He had the extra toes, and he was just the sweetest thing. But I can't imagine going to Key West and not wanting to take one of them home with you. I'm sure Sharon probably would figure out how to do that. So we're at 32. Let's get a couple more bids in. We're still at 3,200.
But this is something everybody, if you're with a group of friends, each of you put in $1,000 and do this. I mean, come on. This is something you guys can all go together. How many people can go down on this?
3,400.
Woohoo! All right.
Yay.
Is it for a total of 6 people, Carolyn? Is that right?
6 days, 6 people total, including you, unless you want to send 6 of your family members off that you've been quarantined with in a pod and you just stay. So, or even better, you could just go yourself and completely disconnect from everyone that you've been so happily sharing your house with. So we're still at 3,400. Let's get a couple more bids in. Once again, all of the money that we raised tonight goes to make a difference every day at the APL. And
the beauty of Key West too, Carolyn, is just the ability to walk around and see stuff, and it's historical. It's the southernmost part of the United States. So
we're 3,500. Yay, that's great. Thank you so much for that bid. Well, and go ahead.
No, go ahead, Carolyn.
The other thing about Mike and Jeff that's really generous is that they don't limit it to just March or, just August if you like to be really, really hot. They really do work with you. Oh, we're at 3,800. Wonderful. Thank you. They really do work with you because I know a lot of times in vacations it's limited to just like a 6-week period. And, they're just such great supporters of the APL that they want to make it fun and comfortable. And then when we're next year, hopefully we'll be all together. If you win, you can tell us about how great your vacation was. And you can tell us about how great the art is that you bought on the Street. So again, we're at 3,800. Let's give this another couple more bids. A couple more seconds for bids. 3,800. We're still.
Yeah, I mean, four blocks.
3,900. 39.
All right. What's the value on this again, Carolyn? I mean, this is
4,500.
Oh, come on, folks. This is a huge deal. Yeah, and you all can kick in. You guys, seriously, you need to start drinking more, because that's how we're gonna take care of this. Everybody needs to drink more. Hey, the election is sort of kind of almost over, so now we all have reason to drink more. So come on, you can do better than this. It's 3,900. We need to see a little more money out there. Come on, everybody. Oh, still at 39.
Still 39.
Maybe I need to drink more. Maybe that's the answer.
I think you need to drink more. You need a vacation, Monica.
I do need a vacation. I've been working home since March 23rd. I have yet to go anywhere. And my vacation got canceled because of this pandemic. Yeah. So think of it this way, guys. You can go to Key West and have an awesome vacation in the middle of winter while we're all stuck dealing with this here.
Well, we are going to do fair warning because we do need to wrap this item up. So,
wait.
Wonderful. Thank you, guys. So we're going to do fair warning, and you know what fair warning means? It means it's time to put your last bids in. Best and final, as they say in real estate land. So we're at 4,000. What? 41. Way to go. Now let's give a bid back and forth now. For everyone who's been to one of our live events, this is where we would have cheering and peer pressure. Just send peer pressure into the computer screen. So we're at 4,100. We're going to go fair warning again at 4,100.
Remember, credit cards can be paid off in installments.
Yes.
Or tell your friends they're coming.
Yes.
Tell your friends they're coming. And they can pony up some cash and make them bring the booze. Oh, wait, you're going to Key West. What am I saying? You can walk anywhere. Come on. And take
fair warning at 4,100, and we're going to sell it. And sold. Close that lot. 4,100. Thanks to everyone who bid on that. It's always so fun to see. And while we're closing this lot, we're going to wait and see the winning bidder number. And that's going to pop up any second. Now, I haven't been to Florida in so many years. I should have bid on that lot. Oh, 508.
580.
Congratulations, bidder number 580. Bidder 580. Congratulations. Thank you. And thank you to everybody else who bid on that lot. That is going to be one amazing vacation. Yay.
All right, your next item, Carolyn. I'm pretty sure this is the best place to be socially distant ever.
Yes.
So we're waiting for that one to go live, or is it live yet?
Are we live, Andrea? With the Goodyear blimp?
Guys, give us a break. Do you know how hard this is with none of you being there? And, we're doing this from our home, and my husband's walking by looking at me like I'm talking to myself, typically. So we need all the help. You can go.
So here we are, the Goodyear blimp. Now, we had this item in our in one of our auctions a few years ago, and it went for $10,000. So no pressure, folks. Now, and I've been doing auctions for decades now, and benefit auctions for decades, and that's really one of the most unique, the coolest lots that I ever got a chance to sell. So the generous couple that bid, we're starting off at 31. Thank you. Let's keep that going. Just keep typing in your bids. The generous couple that paid that $10,000 said it was an experience of a lifetime, and they loved every minute of it. Even before COVID, rides aboard the Goodyear blimp were by invitation only. And this is very special, very rare. And now you have your chance to get a ride for you and a friend. or if you're going to get engaged or whatever on the Goodyear blimp. Imagine seeing our beautiful city from the Goodyear blimp. I again, this is one of those things where it's like, oh, we're at 3,200. Thank you, keep bids coming in. The Goodyear blimp is such an iconic part of Northeast Ohio, and 3,300, wonderful. And I can't imagine being in that. Monica, have you ever gone on the Goodyear?
I have never had the privilege of being on the Goodyear blimp, but I know Jimmy Donovan and I are very jealous because Betsy Kling got a chance to go up there. And I have to tell you, I'm thinking if you guys bid on this, it's up to 3,400 now, I think.
34.
If you guys bid on this, this is the greatest Christmas present ever, because nobody else is going to get this. So think about that. Yeah, buy it for yourself. Come on, tell someone special they can go with you.
3,700.
Yeah,
that's great. That's what I'm talking about.
Yes.
Just those bids. That's great. Yeah, I mean, 3,900.
I'm sorry? The bragging rights of this is amazing.
Yeah.
3,900. Yeah.
So cool.
I got
3,900. 4,100. 4,100. We're getting there. It's 4,300. 43.
We have a war.
Yeah, I mean, this isn't something you can buy on, some online site, where you're just scrolling through and buying, oh, look, a carton of, bleach. Oh, some toilet paper. Oh, right on the Goodyear blimp. You can't get this anywhere else. I'm just saying.
This doesn't come on Instacart. No.
4,300. I mean, this is truly rare for them too. And again, they're, it's one of those, they're so generous that we're still at 43. They're generous. They really want to only let, organizations that they believe in, have this sort of incredible perk. So 4,300. Let's get a couple more bids in. And again, this is a trip for two on the Goodyear blimp. So obviously, you'll be with the people running the Goodyear blimp, but this would be a really fun, cool experience. And again, pretty much
there's a pilot included. I'm pretty sure. You're not going to be flying it by
4,500.
Oh, 4,500. Awesome. Yes, you get to go on with a pilot, and believe me, I'm pretty sure there's enough space inside that thing. It's huge. There's enough space inside that thing. You can probably take your mask off, and let alone you don't need your mask when you're a couple of 1,000 feet away from everybody else. So there.
Yeah, it's the ultimate social distancing.
Yes, it is.
500.
Yeah. What a great way to tell the pandemic to go. That's get on the blimp. Still at 45.
Yeah, still 4,500. Oh, we're at 4,700. Wonderful. That's so great. Now just keep bidding. Now if you got outbid, now what you got to do is you got to outbid that person. So, and you can do it as many times as you like. Just keep outbidding the other person, and and then that's how you win it. So if you've never actually been to one of the live auctions that we've done at the Fur Ball, this is very competitive. You want to beat that other person. Don't let that other person have it for what you're willing to pay. Why should they get to go on the blimp? You should go on the blimp. So we're at 4,700. We're going to go fair warning at $4,700. Are we all done? Let's get your last bid in. Last bid's in. Fair warning. And let's sell that for 4,700. Oh, last minute bid of 49. Excellent, 49. Well, let's do a fair warning again. Fair warning at 4,900.
I think, come on, somebody do $5,000. That would be so awesome.
We got it. Get this over 5.
We need to round up. Have you noticed everybody's been doing that since the pandemic started? Round up. And
round up.
Do it for the kitties. Do it for the puppies. Come on.
Fair warning at 4,900. Are we all done? Fair warning. All right, let's close the blimp bidding. at $4,900. And while it's closing, the ride on, we're gonna wait for our winning bidder to pop up, their number to pop up, and then we'll go on to the next item. And the winning bidder was 512. So congratulations, bidder 512. And yay! When you take that trip on the Goodyear blimp, take lots of pictures, and when you post them on your social media, tag the APL so we can all see what you got to do. It's so very cool. And thank you so much to everyone who bid on that lot. And Andrew, just let us know when we're ready to go for our calendar. Okay, we're ready to go over the calendar. Now, this is so cool. Now, the APL calendar cover is such a treat. And you will be able to see your favorite pet or pets on the cover, and as a month of your choosing in the 2022 calendar. You're bidding on the chance to have Amy Sancetta, a Pulitzer Prize-winning Associated Press photographer, take your pet's picture for the cover of next year's calendar. But wait, there's more. It gets better. Amy gives you the photos from the entire photo shoot. I can't think of another way to get such incredible photos of your pet. And here's another thing. Except for the first year of the calendar, the winning pet has always been a dog. Now, I love dogs. That's my boy Texas that I adopted from the APL. I love dogs, but I'm all about spreading the love around. Wouldn't it be cool if we could get a cat on the cover next year, or a guinea pig, or an pygmy hedgehog, or a horse? Whatever furry friends you have in your menagerie, they would look great on this cover. They would look great.
This one just reminds me of Mojo.
So cute. So let's get the bidding started. Let's start at 2,000.
Wait, can I tell the story about Annie? Or
please.
Okay, so when I first started doing the APL, is Sharon gonna come in here? Because she wanted to tell this story, because she'll probably tell it better than I will. I can't remember. Oh, Sharon?
Here. I'm here.
Sharon.
Okay, you and I were talking about this, and I still giggle when I think of what Annie Thomas did. You know, when Joe, of course, was playing somewhere, and Annie had his checkbook. Go ahead, I'll let you take it from there.
Well, you know, she didn't seem to care a lot. He's out of town. Joe's a little frugal, but she had that checkbook and bid that right up and won the cover of the calendar.
Woohoo!
It was hilarious.
Yeah. And I think we have our first bid of $2,100. Thank you, $2,100. But I mean, you know, $2,200. Wonderful.
Yeah, this is one of those once in a lifetime things. And I mean, if you look at this picture, I mean, of this person's dog, Amy does such an amazing job. And that was the coolest thing when Annie got in a bidding war, and I think she ended up like 10 grand. It usually goes for about that much. It usually goes for $10,000 to get your pet on the cover. And Carolyn's exactly right. I've only seen dogs.
Yeah.
Where are the cat people? Where are the bunny people? Yeah, come on. Of course, I love dogs too. We can get more dogs. If you have a dog and a cat, how cool would it be if you put them both? You could bid, you know, $10,000, $5 grand for each. You know, just saying.
Yeah, that would be fun. And then, or if you've got like a whole menagerie, you could, you know, have them all in a group shot. That'd be so fun. And Amy is up for it, and she will come. Oh, we're at 2,600. Thank you, 2,600. Amy,
Sharon,
work
Amy
out
is
all
such
the details with you. So, you know, if you want to do it in your backyard, or if you have a favorite park, she really works with each family, each couple that, buy this for their lifetime memories. It's really special. 2,600, let's keep this going. Come on, 2,600, we can do more. We can get more money in for this calendar this year.
Jump in, Sharon. You were going to say something about the picture.
I will. Amy is such an unbelievable photographer. She is just able to capture the soul of your animals through their eyes in the photos. It is not just a picture on the front of the calendar. It's an experience doing this photo shoot with her, and she gives you the entire. You get more than dozens of pictures. And by the way, this calendar, this guy Bentley, this is my guy Benny's BFF. So. Yeah.
Look at Bentley with the little gnome. Come on, that's so adorable.
So cute.
But these pictures always, I mean, she does do. I mean, come on, she won a Pulitzer. She's amazing. I mean, where else can you get anybody? Oh, wait, we have another
28. That's a special bid. Well, it's a special year, so 28, we'll take that. Thank you, 28.
I'll tell you, she's often also assisted by her faithful photographic assistant, who is a nationally syndicated cartoonist, who is an expert at jumping around behind her and doing monkey noises to get the best pictures of your animals.
Like this. So cute. 3028. Let's keep it going.
Yeah, I mean, seriously, we all think we can take great pictures with our phones or whatever, but when you have a professional who knows what they're doing, who can actually, capture that image. The other thing too, you get these pictures, there are apps, and I have one because I've used it a zillion times. There are apps that you can actually take a picture like this and turn it into a painting, and you can hang it on your wall. I mean, for those of us who are, my kids have paws, like I'm sure many of yours do. There's nothing better than, having an amazing piece of art, like a photograph done by a Pulitzer Prize winning photographer. So come on, guys.
All right. So, I'm going to put a fair warning out there. Let's get our fast and final bids in, because we've got to sell this lot. 3028. That is, let's see if we can get a couple more bids in. So if you were the underbidder at
my OC
8 or 2,600, get some bids in there. Let's get this up. Let's have some virtual.
My OCD needs an even number desperately. That's making me nuts. Will somebody please round up?
All right. So let's do.
Come on, critters need your help.
Fair warning at 3028. Let's give it another couple seconds. Sharon, actually, before we close this, the money that comes in from this event, how much do you think, how many more animals and how much more have because of this incredible year with things being so different, how much more money do we need to really make a difference in 2021 coming up?
Yeah, I can tell you that the amount that this is going for right now, these days can help us to help one animal. I'm fostering a little animal right now that was the cost of his surgery to put him back together again. So things have changed so much. This isn't just about the number of animals we're helping. It's about the quality of care and just the amount that we can do for each animal.
3,400. Thank you.
Yeah, that's a great point, Sharon, because from what I've learned, what the APL is doing, you guys are doing surgeries and procedures and therapies on these animals that aren't being done really anywhere else. I remember the legs, the wheel, different things for different dogs that were injured. You know, that's the thing that people don't, I think, realize is that the amazing, you know, these are animals that are near death, and you guys bring them back to death and not back from death, and not only that, but then they go on and they thrive, and that's so critical. And I don't think people realize the how important this program really is and what it does.
Right. So we're gonna do fair warning. So fair warning on the calendar cover for 2022, and let's sell this, close that out, and while we're waiting for the winning bidder number to be posted, we'll have, oh, we just got a bid of 3,500. Wonderful, 3,500. And thank you, it went to bidder number, let's wait for the bid to pop up.
Oh,
343. Thank you so much, bidder 343, for bidding 3,500.
And thank you for rounding up.
Yes, and thank you for rounding up. Because if you didn't round up, Monica would be just done, and we. So thank you everyone who bid. You know, I know this year is different, but we're making it happen. Thank you so much for your generosity. Now, here's a message from our friends from Hills to introduce our next video.
At Hills Pet Nutrition, we believe that every animal deserves a second chance for love. And so I'd like to share with you a story about a very special, very young dog named Conan. Conan came to the Cleveland Animal Protective League's Second Chance program. He is a shining example of just what this program means to the animals who come here in need. The dedicated and amazing staff at Cleveland Animal Protective League and the generous donors gave Conan his second chance. Here is Conan's story.
Conan, a 1-year-old retriever mix, was so sick and skinny when our humane agents brought him to the APL that he could not even stand. He was filthy and covered in his own waste. He had sores on his feet and pressure sores, also known as bed sores, on his ankles and hips. Our amazing veterinary team went right to work to give this poor dog the fighting chance he needed to survive.
We set him up and we thought, you know, maybe we're just keeping him comfortable. We made sure he was warm and fed, but he couldn't even lift his head and he couldn't move his body. And there was no one thing to just fix him. You know, it wasn't like he needed a shot of this or a shot of that. He was either going to be in it for the long haul, for this long road to recovery, or if he wasn't up for it, he wasn't going to make it. So, you know, that evening he was made comfortable, and you know, the next morning he still was Conan, and he had this sparkle, and even though he couldn't lift his head, he would keep his eyes on you and watch what you were doing. And when you talked to him, you could tell his eyes would brighten up just ever so much. His little tail under the blanket would thump. That was the only thing that seemed to have any strength, was his tail.
Our team assessed Conan's needs and learned that on top of everything else, he was suffering from a tick-borne disease called anaplasma and life-threatening anemia. Conan was likely only days away from death. But lucky for him, his rescue came right in the nick of time.
Hi, sweetie. Oh, hello. I know. You want a snack? Look at that.
We immediately started Conan on fluids and antibiotics. It took a village to care for Conan. Every member of our veterinary and animal care team played a role in his care. Conan was hand-fed every meal until he could lift his head on his own. Since he couldn't walk on his own, our caring team would shift his body regularly so that his sores could heal. They also took him on sunshine sits, carrying him outside to a grassy patch where he could enjoy some fresh air.
Who's that good boy? Who's that good dog? There he is. Is that your friend?
I bet I have one for you. Oh my gosh.
This compassionate, attentive care continued every day for a week. Finally, Conan slowly began moving on his own.
Who just got out of their kennel all by themselves? Did you? Oh my gosh, you did. Hi, baby. Oh my goodness. What a good boy. Oh, thank you. Oh my gosh.
There was a joyful celebration when he shifted to a standing position for the very first time.
Hi, Conan. Are those your foster brothers?
When Conan had gained enough weight for our team to feel sure that he could finish his healing journey in foster care, he was sent to the loving home of experienced foster volunteer Vladimir. He had 2 other foster dogs in his home and was willing to add Conan and give him the fresh start he needed. Vladimir fell so in love with Conan that he became a proud member of the APL's Foster Fail Club, which truly is not a failure at all. As soon as Conan was medically cleared, Vladimir adopted him.
Conan is a special case, and I was interested in fostering him because of his history of severe neglect. He's a very sweet dog when it comes to me. He just watches me with those big eyes and, of course, asks for treats. All this energy and all this activity that he has shown gave me so much satisfaction and joy that I decided to adopt him.
Thanks to a sparkle in his eyes, a weak wag of his tail, his will to live, and with the dedicated care and support of our staff and foster team, Conan survived and will live the rest of his life as the happy, healthy puppy he was always meant to be.
So it's not an exaggeration to say Conan was on the brink of death, but thanks to a second chance, he's now a happy dog with a wonderful life because of donations like yours. Our Fund a Need auction directly benefits the Second Chance program, and we need more happy endings and more survival stories that end up in loving homes. So I beg you, please, we need your help. Please give generously because this is your chance to be a real hero.
Jasper is a 1-year-old pit bull who came to us when her elderly owner could no longer care for her. Jasper had been hit by a car and was unable to use her back leg. X-rays taken at the APL showed this sweet pup suffered a femoral head fracture that would require a specialty surgery to save her leg. After surgery, Jasper was sent to the home of an APL foster care volunteer with exercises to help her regain her strength in her leg. She became available for adoption during the COVID shutdown and adopted out directly from her foster home without coming back to the APL. Jasper was one of 29 animals who came to us with fractures in the past year. 14 were so severe they required specialty surgery.
We had a wonderful donor who this week wanted to kick off our Fund a Need with a $10,000 donation. So thank you to that $10,000 donation. And then we had someone who came in with a $5,000 donation. So thank you so much to both of you. Now, is there anyone who wants to match that $10,000 donation? We also have the 7,500 and the 5,000 level, but let's start with the 10,000 first. Anyone else who wants to go 10,000? Oh, we got a nice little bid coming in there. Thank you for those bids. Let's get some 10,000s in. Let's get a couple 10,000 bids in. And let's 10,000s. Any 10,000s? Well, let's do 7,500. 7,500. Now you can just click on any of those little buttons on your screen. We're up to 26,575. Wonderful, great. So yeah, again, click the $10,000 button, click the $7,500 button, click the $5,000 button. You pretty much, you have so much control over this. You don't have to wait for us to go to next categories. Any other ones at 10,000? Anyone other at 7,500? Let's get a couple 75s in there. How about, oh, wonderful, we got a 5,000. Let's go to the 5,000 level. Great, we've got another 5,000 in. This is so cool. We're up to $42,000. 42,000, thank you so much. Thank you for that generous 7,500. Let's get a couple more in. Let's have a 5,000. Oh, we just got a $200 one. Thank you so much. So we are at 42,275, and we're going to refresh one more time, and then we'll get ready to go to our next video. So we're at 42,375. Wonderful, wonderful. And let's get one more bid in at 5,000. One more donation, and then why don't we hear about Thor next? Let's play the video for Thor.
Thor is a 2-year-old cat surrendered to the APL because his owner could no longer care for him. Thor was very sick when he arrived. Bladder stones blocked his ability to urinate. He was immediately rushed into surgery where the veterinary team relieved the obstruction and removed the stones. Our medical director believes Thor would have died within 24 hours without this life-saving surgery. Thor spent the COVID shutdown in a wonderful foster home, recovering and transitioning to the Hills prescription diet that he'll need the rest of his life. 5 months after his APL arrival, Thor found a forever home and a family who will always care for his medical needs. He is one of 4 cats and 4 dogs treated for bladder stones this year.
We're back. Thank you for watching that video and that story. Let's go to our $2,500 level. So we're at $44,125. So if you want to press that $2,500 button, that red button, just press that 2,500, and we can get your donation recorded. We can also, what's cool about this is if you decided you want to go back and you do want to do a 10,000, you can hit that $10,000 button as well. But we've got the $2,500 level now, and $2,500, and then we're at $46,625. That's wonderful. Thank you so much for that donation. Let's so we're just in this section where we can do 2,500 or 1,000. You can type in the other bid and put in the other button and put in 1,500 if you like. So we'll go from 2,500. Now let's see how many people we can donate. We're at 47,625. Thank you. You can click the other button to type in the 1,500, and then, or you can just click the 2,500 or click the 1,000. So let's click the $1,000 button a couple times, and let's see what we've got. We're at 48,375. This is so great. 48,375. You know, the community that supports the APL is so incredibly generous, and I'm actually getting goosebumps and I'm getting a little emotional. 48,875. 48,875. Let's go to the $1,000. Let's go to the $1,000. All right. And another couple more bids at the 1,000. And then let's, you know what? Let's go to our video about Ocean.
Ocean is a 6-month-old puppy who arrived at the APL this year with all of her siblings, all of whom were very, very sick, and the owner couldn't afford the care, so they reached out to the APL for help. All of the pups had stopped eating, drinking, and they all had diarrhea. The veterinary team suspected, and a quick test confirmed, they all had parvovirus, a highly contagious, potentially deadly viral disease that needs to be treated with intensive supportive care and very strict quarantine. They immediately set up a secluded ward, and the pups had their own dedicated team of caregivers. A week later, they were feeling much better. Ocean went to the home of an experienced foster care volunteer, where she learned how to be a spoiled puppy, and 6 weeks later, found her forever family. This year, the team cared for 6 dogs with parvovirus in the shelter.
So, every year it's, we watch these videos and you really see the incredible work that everyone does at the APL, and it's just very moving. So let's go to the $750 level. Oh my gosh, just did a refresh. We're at $59,145. $59,145. This is incredible. See, if we were in a live room, we wouldn't know the totals as we're going. So this is actually kind of exciting. $750. Let's get a couple donations in at $750. We're at $59,395. Thank you so much. That's at least two $750s. How about let's go to $500. Let's go to the $500 button. We're still at $59,395. Let's go to, let's see if we can get a couple in at $500. A couple at $500. All right, how about $250? How about $250? Now, $250 is $250 would be an easy increment to kind of hit there. You could kind of think about, we're at $61,895. And I can't do the math fast enough to figure out what the levels were there, but would thank you so much because that was an incredible jump. $61,945 now. Thank you so much for your donation. So we're still at the $250 level, and I know it's starting to get late, but we got to keep giving because we need to support the APL. Let's give another refresh to see where we are. We're at $61,945, and we're still at the $250 level. But again, because this app is so cool, you can, select the $500 one or the $750. Let's do one more refresh at $250. We're at $62,045. Thank you so much. $62,045. That's incredibly generous. Let's do one more refresh. And $62,345. Thank you so much. That's at least a couple of different bids in there. Thank you so much. And let's have one more video. And let's hear about Ash.
Ash is a 2-year-old cat who came to the APL when his owners could no longer care for him. He had hair loss around his eyes, and they both had a discharge. The veterinary team treated him for an upper respiratory infection, and while his cold got better, his eyes did not. They determined he had entropion, where his eyelashes turn inwards and rub against the surface of his eyes. Our veterinary team performed surgery on both of his eyes, and Ash went to a foster home to heal. Without the constant eye irritation, Ash was a new cat, and he was quickly adopted. He's one of 7 cats and 4 dogs who were treated for entropion at the APL this past year.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Thank you for staying with us. So now we're at the $100 level. $100 level. Let's do a quick refresh and see where we are. We're at $65,000 $65,945. $65,945. That's just incredible. So let's drop a couple more $100 bids in there, or donations in there. Now you can use the other button down at the bottom there to type in another bid. So if you really like to, if you want to bid 125, that's great too. But you can just keep typing in, hitting your bids or typing in your own increments. We're at $65,945, and we're still at the $100 level. Let's move to the $50 level, and we're still at $65,945, and we're just under that goal of $7,500. We're at $66,045. Wonderful. Thank you so much. Now, in this year, because again, everyone knows that everything's so different. One cool thing to do would be to give donations to the APL as presents for your friends and family for the holidays that are coming, or for birthdays that are coming, or anniversaries that are coming. Because we know, again, we're at $66,095. Wonderful. So we know that the work of the APL is 365. And, we have the opportunity to, support them different ways during the year. But this is the big time of the year where, we just got another $250. We're at $66,295. Thank you. This is our opportunity to reach out, $66,395. Reach out and donate and be generous. And this is a kind of year where, again, we've learned to look at things in a different way. Maybe we don't need to go to some big box store and stand in a line in the cold to go buy something that comes in a cardboard box, when we could actually give the gift of love and the gift of saving animals to your friends and family. And $66,495. Thank you so much. I've personally, had the pleasure of adopting a dog from the APL, and Texas was one of the most wonderful dogs we've ever had. And let's go to the $25 level. And, the working with the APL was just such a great experience. We're at $66,745. And I know that the money that we're raising tonight will go and help, the next Texas, the next Ash, the next Jasper, the next Conan. $66,895. Thank you so much. So generous. So again, there's no $25 button, but you would want to press other and then type in the increment. And that's where you can also get creative. If you want to, keep it as, put in your own number, if you want to put in 1239 or 239 or whatever special numbers are to you, you can go ahead and type those in. So we are rounding up the fund to need. We're at $67,120. $67,120. But also, because things are different this year, the benefit of this is that you can continue donating into the fund to need using this app tonight and tomorrow. And if you spark, you get some, you get some inspiration tomorrow morning when after you take your dog for a walk, you decide you want to donate to the APL, you can log back in. We're at $67,120. And I think we're going to close this up. But again, you can continue to donate tonight, throughout the weekend, and continue to support the APL. And thank you so much for your incredible generosity tonight. And we're here for you and to help the animals. Back to Monica.
Carolyn, thank you so much. And thanks to all of you for your incredible support, because every little bit truly does help. The APL and the animals it serves are so lucky to have such compassionate and generous friends. All right, now it is time to pull the winning raffle ticket for the Holiday Cheer raffle. And remember, I said at the beginning, the winner has to be present virtually to win. So I'm watching my chat and waiting for, okay, the winner is 433. 433. So now I have to wait and see. You need to respond if you are number 433 and let us know that you're here if you will, or we're going to pull another ticket because that's how this rolls. And I think it was great when, for Carolyn to tell you that there's that other denomination thing, maybe put in your pet's birthday and donate that amount of money. Or maybe, your birthday or somebody else's. And I love the idea of donating and giving a donation to the APL for somebody else. No, it's not. Are you kidding? I think you need to open your microphone then.
I think I just won that.
Okay. 433 with Sharon.
I did. Oh, yeah, I did. I bought a lot of tickets.
How many tickets did you buy?
Never mind.
Okay.
I love my APL.
Well, you apparently, and it's so perfect. So now next year we're going to have 2 holiday cheer baskets in case your luck keeps going. Everybody in here is saying, "Oh my God, they can't believe that it's Sharon," but I can because she's awesome. And of course, the person who's been dealing with this. And I just want to throw this out at you guys one more time. Remember, charitable organizations this year, because of the pandemic, for events like this, that they usually have live events, typically they're only pulling in maybe 40% of what they usually pull in. And that's a huge hit. So I'm hoping that if you didn't donate yet, you think about that. And maybe tonight or tomorrow, you think about that. And I'm being told that our fund in need right now, $67,395. So make sure, tell your friends and family, they can donate too. You are all so incredibly amazing though. Thank you so much. Cheers to seeing all of you in person next year. Let's hope we can get this pandemic under control. And I'm going to give it over to Sharon, our big winner tonight, for some final thoughts. Thanks, Sharon.
Thank you, Monica. I got outbid on everything in the auction, so there's that. But I just, to everybody who attended tonight, thank you. You've made a difference that matters so much for homeless animals and animals that are suffering. For that, I'm just so deeply and personally grateful. Your generosity is always meaningful, but in a year like this, where we're all facing enough of our own personal hardships and uncertainty, it's beyond meaningful. I'm truly overwhelmed by your compassion and passion for helping animals, your incredible support, and the belief you have in their place in society really shows the progress that we've made with their value. They are members of our families. They matter. They deserve kindness, love, and a home. And whether or not they're perfectly healthy or the little scratch and dents, or some of the animals you heard about tonight had bigger scratches and dents, they deserve their second chance. So thank you all so much for making those second chances possible. Please stay on. And before I say that, Monica and Carolyn, you were phenomenal. Thank you to our entire team. Thank you to all of you. And please stay on after our program to hear our wonderful host, Monica Robbins, perform with her band, the Whiskey Kings. Everybody, please stay safe and be well. Bye-bye.
One pill makes you larger, and one pill makes you small. And the ones that mother gives you don't do anything at all. Go ask Alice when she's 10 feet tall. And if you go chasing rabbits, and you know you're going to fall, tell them a hookah smoking caterpillar has given you the call. Then call Alice. chess ball.